Hello, everyone. It is Mark Noble from Grove with some more 25.11 updates. This is DIS 1474, um, which is really cool functionality. We've been having a lot of fun building this. Basically, the idea is I'm going to show it before I describe it. So we're just going to do a search here that we're going to search for uh, books about dogs for kids. Just kind of a typical search that users are going to do now, where um, there's more context there than previously we've understood. So previously we would be looking for the words books about dogs for and kids in titles, authors, subjects, that kind of thing, which isn't really what the patron is expecting. So if we do this search, so now we're going to get a note that says, hey, we automatically narrowed your search to deliver more relevant results. A patron can click on the button to go back to their search if we interpret something incorrectly. But basically, now we are doing a search for dogs with a format of book and an audience of juvenile, which gives much better results. So we've got Dogs Don't Tell Jokes, we've got The Storm, which is Dogs of the Drowned City, um, more more books about dogs for kids, which is amazing. Um, we can do some other searches. So let's do new fiction, uh, solar energy. Um, oh, don't have any new. So if a search interpretation would result in no results, so in this case, we have fiction books about solar energy, but none of them are new. And the way we define new is something published in the last kind of 2 years. So for 2025, that's going back to 2024. When it becomes 2026, it'll go back to 2025. Let's do nonfiction solar energy. So here we do get an automatic correction. We are searching for solar energy and nonfiction, um, and we get a bunch of nonfiction books. If we don't like those, maybe we want to change that. Let's do nonfiction books. Let's do nonfiction solar energy adults. So we don't want the kids' books in there. So here we're getting an audience of adult combined with the fiction, nonfiction, um, and we get more things that are appropriate to adults. Um, we can do other things. We can look at available new books. So here we are automatically applying the available now and books. And we get some results that are new. Oh, and in this case, I didn't even spell available properly. So it fixed that for me, which is nice of it. And then it corrected it. We can do new large type fiction. So in this case, it's even recognizing that large print and large type. So large type is not a typical format, but large print is. So it's correcting that large type to be large print and also applying the new facet and applying that it is fiction. We can do other things like Taylor Swift music. Uh, and then we're going to get the format category to see all of her music that is available, in this case from Hoopla. We could do the same thing with Taylor Swift movies. So there we get her movies that are available in this collection. Let's look at how that works. So cool functionality. This is going to be disabled by default for 2511. But if you go down into your searching section within your library settings, there is the enable search interpreter. This will be off by default. Just check it on, save the search, and you will start getting those results. This can also be customized a bunch. So we're going to go into cataloging grouped works. We're going to go to the search interpreter. And there's only going to be one. This is going to be configured for the entire Aspen instance. So not just individual libraries. That way things aren't kind of strange as you go back and forth between catalogs within the same instance. So we're going to click into this and we get a bunch of settings. So we can say, hey, what formats do we want to process formats? So all of the things that we try to process automatically can be disabled. So formats, plural formats, we can either skip processing them alternatively or have specific ones that we want to skip. So if for some reason we didn't want to do, oh, I don't know, let's just say well, manga is one that we're defining later. If we said, hey, we don't want to do um, book can be tricky because there are a lot of titles with book in the word, so like book thief and that kind of thing. So we can either separate these with pipes or commas. So we can say manga and um, book. Those case insensitive doesn't really matter. We're going to allow books um, to process. We're going to continue processing format categories. You can choose what audience. So we could say skip kid or kids. Um, and where that applies. So some people customize which facet they're showing for audience. So you might be doing target audience or target audience full. Or sometimes people will do it based off collection. Same with fiction, nonfiction. You can choose to enable it or disable it, what fiction or what facet it applies to. And then whether we're looking for new and available. New and available do only apply if we find another search term. So if you are searching for new fiction, that will apply. But if you are just searching for like new solar or new and an author name, then it wouldn't apply, um, at least by default. Same with available. You can also add terms to skip. If you add a term to skip, it will not apply it at all. So if you have a series or something that you're like, yeah, that series keeps getting misinterpreted as miscorrected, then you could remove that and it would not apply at all. We can also change, um, we can add special terms. So we can say, hey, if somebody searches for romance, we're going to apply a subject of romance fiction. Or if somebody searches for manga, we're going to look for both manga and e-comic because in our collection, the two aren't necessarily, there is some manga that is also e-comic. Um, and then we're going to apply a literary form of fiction. These are just some sample ideas um, that you can play with. Let's look at Swan as well, because they've got some other customizations that they've done. So let's first look at the search results. So here we're going to search for Lego PS4. And that is going to be interpreted to Lego PlayStation 4 is the actual format. And we get all of the Lego PlayStation 4 games. We can also do Lego just PlayStation. And in this case, it's playing all of the different PlayStation formats so that we get all of those. If you notice before, we only had like 28 results and now we have 40. So there's significantly more that we've found. Let's look at their search interpreter to see. So here we can see that up at the top. So uh, they're choosing to skip right now the books and picture. They're also skipping the plural books. Um, they're skipping, so we will process kids, teens, adults, and seniors. So those can be skipped as well. There, we've got some synonyms in there, so those can be skipped. Um, then they are choosing not to process new or available right now. They're skipping book clubs. So if the term has book club in it, it's going to be skipped. If the term has seniors, it will be skipped. They're skipping young adults. And there's a series of a kid's book about that they're skipping as well. Um, then this is where, like for the PlayStation and the PS4, they are applying different filters. So they are saying, okay, that PlayStation is going to be all of these formats. Similarly, like vinyl records gets translated to formats. You can do Blu-rays, board games, all of those things. So this is kind of looking at how your patrons search to better reflect the searches to them. Really, really cool functionality. We're really excited to see how people use it. We're really excited to get some more feedback on what patrons think about, but we think it's going to be super, super useful. So thank you to Swan and Nashville for sponsoring this development. Again, we're super excited. So let us know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon.